So we all know that Steph Curry is the greatest shooter of all time. And what most people don't recognize is the fact that he's a ridiculously amazing passer and he can really see the court extremely well. So let's get down, let's check out Steph Curry and see how we can pass and see the court just like him. Let's get down, let's check him out. Okay, so in this clip we've seen that Steph Curry attacked the basket and then he gets stuck essentially in a trap along the corner. What happens, however, is he gets that hammer pass out to Klay Thompson for that ridiculous three-point shot. I also want to really point this out. Look how close that ball got to his defender's head. Like, that is just so ridiculous. So first off, what happens? Well, of course, the trap means that there's going to be at least one player open. Who is the player? Well, guess what? The player who left Klay Thompson. So after this, essentially a fake dribble handoff, that's what I would call that anyways, he understands, hey, Klay Thompson, man, left him wide open. Nobody is guarding him at that point, and he is literally one of the top 2 shooters on the team. So Steph Curry at that point just needs to wait for Klay Thompson to get into position to receive that pass and, of course, chuck up a 3. It's very simple. If you dribble into a double team, guess who's going to be open? The guy who you basically just dribbled towards, which means that he's going to be wide open. Now, when you're in a fast break, here we have a 3-on-2 fast break. We see a fantastic pass behind his back to his teammate. How did that all happen? Well, first off, when Steph Curry is attacking the basket, one way that you can really do this, especially if the defenders on a 3-on-2 are playing side by side, is to have these wing players cutting down to the corner. That way you can chuck out for a 3-point shot. However, Draymond Green's not a very good shooter. So Draymond Green cuts to the basket, which is what a traditional coach would teach. So what Steph Curry does is he does a quick fake pass, and this player doesn't budge. He's going to go and block Steph Curry. Well, Steph Curry then goes up and takes his last step on basically what looks to be what could have been a layup, but then passes behind his back to his teammate. So fake pass first. If the defender doesn't budge, then you do the pass for real. And of course, behind the back passes, for some coaches may get mad at you, but if you can hit them, they're better practice them, then of course do them. And this next strategy is the exact same strategy as we've seen in the first clip. A man leaves his man. You know exactly who he left. You need to get that ball to the guy who just lost his defender. This is actually a very good strategy. So if you dribble into a double team, especially if you're dribbling baseline, that's going to be drawing a lot of double teams. If you're along the baseline, that is a massive double team location, which means that you need to get rid of that ball quickly. And one way that you can do that is the guy who left your teammate pass to the teammate who just lost his defender, and that will get you an assist in most cases. Now, if you're actually attacking what looks to be a 2-3 zone, which is what we see here, one way that you can get a lot of assists is by passing to players who are already in the key. So whether you're doing a high to low post pass or a low to high post pass, these will get you a lot of points or assists. And what you can do is if you attack baseline, that is going to draw in that middle defender to trap you with that sideline defender. So in a 2-3 zone, what you will have is by attacking baseline, what should actually happen is this man will come down and the middle man will come down and essentially trap you along the baseline. If you have a high post player, you can pass to him. But if this defender's in to basically protect the middle of the key, which is what he should really be doing, then one of these two players need to get down to this corner, and you'll have two options. By essentially driving baseline, you can pass to the guy in the middle, or you can pass out to the corner for a 3. Driving baseline does help your game if you're looking to get assists. I'm going to tell you this right now, and a lot of coaches will probably be mad at me, but practice your behind the back passes. They really do help your game. Like, I need to record my pickup games at the park because I do these passes all day long and people go crazy for them. So coming off of a screen here, it's basically screening away after passing to the wing. We had a screen away. It's a very basic offense. And by getting that ball, he understands that his man is going over top of the screen, which means that you need to cut in quickly to draw that hedge man. That's essentially the whole goal. So if you go and have a defender go over top of the screen, cut in quick, make sure that screen sticks. That way you also draw the hedge man. Well, in this case, we've got a mistake happening where, of course, the defender on this side, the player who just passed you the ball, essentially is coming off and essentially triple teaming Steph Curry, but that was a ball side help, which is usually a mistake in most cases. And because of that, Draymond Green attacks the basket. You don't want to sit out on the 3 if you're like Draymond and can't shoot threes. So, of course, after you see that screen happen, you want to cut because, of course, you're going to be wide open. And when that happens, Steph Curry does technically have 2 options here. He can pass to either one of those players. But what's a higher percentage? The guy out in the 3-point line or somebody who has a wide open lane to the basket who can finish at the rim with power? And, of course, that's the option that would be best in that situation. Misdirection passes are also a must. So here he's obviously looking slightly over to this side. He makes a little bit of a hop towards that side as well. That shifts the defense, and obviously body language goes a far way when it comes to basketball and even life in general. And he can make that pass to Gary Payton Jr. or second in the low post. So always try to use your body language to throw off defenders. It can get you a lot of assists. We can actually see it right here, and this is actually a really good close-up where he's originally looking towards Gary Payton the second or junior. He then quickly looks off towards his right and hops towards that side, which throws off the defenders so that he can make that pass through. Body language goes miles in basketball. Also, quick passes. This is something that a lot of teams or even a lot of players don't do. I'm a big fan of touch passes where, in this case, Steph Curry just held it for like a half a second too long for a touch pass. But if he was looking at the court when he was receiving or looking down court when he was receiving, he could have just kept his arm up and went bullet pass over to the corner. He did wait a second here, but quick passes can really, really move defenses. Especially if you're going up against a zone as an example. Getting that ball from one wing over to the other wing and then cutting it down quickly to the corner will get you a lot of points from the corner. And if you are a coach, for example, and you run a 5-0, you can run essentially a staggered screen along the baseline. You can swing the ball from this side over down to the corner and get open threes all day long. And if you're a coach, make sure to go check out my 5-0 complete guide down in the description below. But anyways, I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball player. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.